Cardoza Moore, and I'm the president of Proclaiming Justice to the Nations. The mission of PJTN is to educate Christians about their biblical responsibility to stand with our Jewish brethren and defend the state of Israel against the rise of anti-Semitism. For someone who doesn't think that anti-Semitism is a growing problem, they're not looking at the evidence. In the United States, we saw an almost 70% increase in anti-Semitism. Many of those incidents are occurring now on secondary and higher ed campuses. A friend of mine contacted me and said, "You'll never believe what our children are being taught in Williamson County schools right here in Franklin, Tennessee." There was a quote that legitimized Palestinians blowing themselves up in a Jerusalem restaurant because they were waging a war against Israeli government policies and army actions. The textbook we found, the Pearson published, British-based textbook publishing company, who owns 80% of the textbooks being used here in the United States of America, whose shareholders include Libya, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and Turkey. They are British-based. They're not even U.S.-based. Do those countries who are shareholders, who Pearson is beholden to, have an interest in the well-being of America?
She serves as Special Envoy to the United Nations for Human Rights and Anti-Semitism, but her fight goes much further than that. Would you please welcome Laurie Cardoza Moore. Laurie, it's great having you here. Thank you.
Great to be here. Thank you.
How did this quest for you, fighting anti-Semitism and for true justice, where did this start?
I read the Bible, and I knew that God made a covenant to Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and their descendants forever. So how has the church missed this important part of the Bible throughout history? When you go back and you look at the pogroms, the Inquisition, the Holocaust, you know, it was typically Christians who were involved in persecuting the Jewish people. So take, for example, the Holocaust. Germany was a Christian nation. So how does this happen, Governor? How do we find a society, a culture that is Christian-based, Catholic and Protestant, that would allow and tolerate the murder of all these Jews, 6 million Jews?
A lot of my Christian friends don't understand why Christians are so supportive of Israel as a nation and the Jewish people and are fighting anti-Semitism. Do you get that from Jewish friends?
Absolutely.
What do they say?
The Jewish community is shocked that Christians would fight for them. I have Jewish friends who say to me, "You're more pro-Zionist, pro-Israel than most of the people I know."
You also are fighting what is really, to me, one of the most insidious dangers going on in their country, and that's textbooks that our children are being exposed to, not just at the university level, but at the junior high level, the elementary level, the high school level.
30 miles south of here, belt buckle of the Bible Belt. And when I looked at the textbook, when I looked at the instructional materials, some of the materials were published by CARE, the Council on American Islamic Relations.
A radical organization, if anybody knows it.
An arm of the Muslim Brotherhood, listed as an unindicted co-conspirator in the largest terrorist fundraising operation in the history of the United States of America, and they are publishing content, instructional materials for our children.
Don't you get people who say, "Oh, come on, Laurie,
that's not the parents." You know who I get that response from?
Who do you get it from?
The superintendents and the school board members.
But when they read the
America,
content, what do they say when they see it in the
They said to us, because we told them we want that textbook out of our schools, and when they voted to approve and keep that textbook, they said that that one quote did not justify removing the whole book. It was riddled with anti-American, anti-Judeo-Christian.
Give me some examples of that.
Pro-Islamic content. Of course, the quote about that we saw in that segment. Israel is occupying Palestinian land. It's not an occupying. If they want to be accurate, it should be stated as disputed territories. But of course, we know that it's not because of the biblical.
What can the average citizen do? What can just an ordinary person watching you tonight, what can they do?
Well, the first thing what we can do is we can make our children bring their textbooks home, review the textbooks, history, look at the content. We are undermining the future of our constitutional republic if we do not. We cannot, the other thing, we cannot remain silent. We have got to speak out against this insidious, this hatred, because we are losing our country. We see the rise of anti-Semitic incidents in secondary schools on the rise now because of the content that is being taught to our children. Governor, we can win. We can take back local control of our children's education.
Well, I hope that's exactly what we will do.
So, on that note, I want to switch gears.
Okay.
Because you've honored me by having me on the program
Well, thank you.
tonight.
You've honored us to be here.
I am so grateful. Are we not grateful for this man?
Thank you. Thank you.
Every year, we give at the NRB, the Tree of Life Award to a recipient who is worthy, who has gone above and beyond the call of duty to defend Israel and our Jewish brethren. And Governor Huckabee, it is an honor for me to present to you the Tree of Life Award, Ed McAteer, 2019 Tree of Life Award for you only, sir.
Thank you.
God bless
Thank you very, very much. I am very honored and flattered. That means a lot.
Honored to be here.
Beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Beautiful. Well, if you are as big a supporter of Israel as I am, you need to check out pjtn.org to see how you can help join the fight against anti-Semitism. You can donate, you can purchase exclusive documentaries, and even sign up to join the fight. It's pjtn.org.